question. Councillor Marshall.
That was a very interesting presentation. You will be aware that as part of the contract, Capita is committed to investing £13 million upgrading our IT systems, which are in urgent need of investment. Would you accept that that the council doesn't need to spend that 13 million upgrading its IT systems because Capita is going to do so? That will provide the authority with the ability to provide many much needed primary and secondary school places.
May I just respond that having spoken with Councillor Cornelius last week, the amount that Capita is going to invest seems to change from time to time. It was 8 million, it was 13 million, it is 17 million, depending on the day of the week. And what I would say is when Capita invests our money in upgrading the IT, who owns the IT? Capita owns the IT. It isn't a gift to us. They need to do it in order to fulfill this contract. Why didn't you look for somebody who had the IT already in place, and then you wouldn't be stuck with this 13 million investment?
I just wondered, Ms. Jacobson, from what I know, I've seen you address very many community meetings. At any of those meetings, has anybody spoken up in favour of the one-line programme?
No! I was at a Residents Association meeting of the Woodside Park Garden Suburb residents, and there was one woman out of the 40 people present who said, well, we should just go forward. That was one person out of 40. Councillor Cornelius was there. He will attest to the fact that the other 39 people were not in agreement. But at other meetings, and they are open meetings where people can speak their minds, unlike our residents' forums where we're not allowed to do that, unlike most of these meetings where we're not even allowed to speak, no, nobody has come up. Even when there were Tory councillors present at the public meeting on the 8th of November, not one of them stood up to defend this program.
Councillor Gordon.
Yeah, you say that it's too big and too long to be scrutinised, but surely you'll understand that the huge amount of effort, work and expertise, not just by councillors, but yes, indeed by officers. Officers are highly paid and are people who have knowledge of this subject and have assured us that they've looked at every single angle. Surely that ought to satisfy you. That it is not, whether you like the decision or not, and councillors themselves have got their feelings about it, but at the end of the day, a decision is being made after a lot of scrutiny and thought has gone into it. Can you not see that? Will you not give the council at least the credit if you don't like what's happening? Doing all necessary research and investing a huge amount of expertise into making this decision.
I'm sorry, if you were buying a house, would you let somebody else tell you that they read the contract and it's okay?
I'm a solicitor, and I act for people buying houses, and I can assure you, many of the clients I have don't understand the contract at all and rely on, hopefully, my expertise to advise them.
Do you not walk them through the contract? Do you not walk them through the contract to make sure that they understand what they are signing their life away for? Then shouldn't somebody be walking you through this contract when you're signing away our lives for the next 10 to 15 years?
I know it's not supposed to be a dialogue, and I'll just say one thing in response to that. My colleagues will agree. We have had a lot of meetings and some very, very thorough walking through issues about this. For example, last week we had a special meeting to discuss it. We were at the town hall till after 11 o'clock. In a 4-hour meeting, listening to, discussing with, arguing about the subject, the senior officers, and every single aspect of Capita that you have raised and others have, you can be sure that many of us have raised. with the same concerns that you have. But at the end of the day, a decision has to be made, and it has to be well walked through all the aspects. And if we make a decision, we're satisfied because the right kind of expertise has been invested.
The lady, not me.
What question was that? But since you didn't ask the question,
Do you not
let
agree?
me,
Do you not agree?
no, I do not agree.
Okay, that's the answer. Ladies, I feel sorry for you. Your arms must be aching there. You've seen the signs. You can stay all night with those signs up there. But we've seen them, so you've made your point. I think people at the back might be having their view obstructed. So I think you can sit down.
Oh.
It's up to you. Do what you want. But I'm just saying, I've seen them.
This sort of comedy is better heard.
Okay, fine. Stay as good.
I'm sure you can do better than that.
Councillor
My career did reside as financial director.
I hear the voice of the show. Right. Councillor Rayner. Thank you.